Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Elena Riley. I have a breaking update to bring you about the assassination of political activist Charlie Kirk. All right, so conservative political activist Charlie Kirk is dead after he was shot in the neck yesterday at a speaking event at Utah Valley University. And the update this morning is that Utah officials shared that police are working to identify the shooter, who jumped off a roof and fled after firing a shot. And a high-powered bolt-action rifle was recovered nearby. So this is the breaking update that we have for you this morning. Other than that, officials say the fatal targeted attack occurred during a student-sponsored event with Turning Point USA, which Kirk co-founded. And Kirk, he's 31, he was married and had 2 children. And 2 initial persons of interest were released from custody yesterday, as it was determined that neither had ties to the shooting. An estimated 3,000 people were at this event, which was staffed by police officers and Kirk's security. And President Donald Trump was one of the first officials to confirm Kirk's death with a statement in a Truth Social post. And he ordered that all American flags be lowered to half staff until 6 p.m. on Sunday. And Nebraska officials are reacting and sharing their thoughts with Kirk's family on social media. And he visited Omaha last year. Up next to another update on breaking news here that we had this morning for you.
We're getting more information on that crash we just showed you earlier. One person is in the hospital. Officers were called at 96 and L around 5:45. Of course, we'll update you on the situation on air and online as soon as we learn more.
Map. And then just after 6:30 a.m., police dispatched
if it wasn't for you and your study habits, I wouldn't be here today.
And then shortly before 7 a.m., 2 cars were towed away.
That right there says it all. I was in my 50s when I decided to pursue my master's. With my experience, I was approved to go into the competency-based master's degree that only took 1 year. And
moving along, today marks 24 years since the September 11th, 2001 terror attacks on the World Trade Center, towers, and the Pentagon. And loved ones of the nearly 3,000 people killed will join dignitaries and politicians at commemorations today in New York and Pennsylvania. And President Trump is expected to speak as well today. The attacks were carried out by Al-Qaeda, an Islamic extremist group that hijacked 4 commercial airplanes. And a ceremony in Shanksville, Pennsylvania will honor the victims of Flight 93, the hijacked plane that crashed after crew members and passengers learned of the attacks and fought back. And then you see here the Omaha Fire Department, in remembrance of 9/11, the Omaha Fire Department will hold a public tribute today. It's happening at 9:11 a.m. this morning, so here real soon. And the First Responders Foundation will also host a luncheon of honor at Champions Run from 11:30 a.m. To 1 p.m. on Thursday. So that is our 9/11 remembrance events happening in the metro today. Moving along, the man charged in relation to a string of Bennington area crashes late last year will be sentenced in court today. This is Spencer Rodemaker, he's 23. He pleaded no contest on July 11th to criminal mischief resulting in damages of $5,000 or more. And he is facing a sentence of up to 2 years in prison or a $10,000 fine. And under this plea, the charge of first-degree attempted assault, which could have resulted in a sentence of 20 years in prison if convicted, was dismissed. Rodemaker was arrested after a months-long investigation into a string of 4 bizarre crashes on Highway 36 that were reported last November and December. And court documents show victims believed Rodemaker was the person who reported each of these incidents to authorities. So that is that connection there. Now to more top headlines. The man charged in the shooting death of 17-year-old Messiah Hawley in 2023 near Carter Lake will also be sentenced today in court. So back on July 28th, Tyrese Coleman, 19, was found guilty of first-degree murder and use of a gun to commit a felony and possessing a firearm despite being prohibited from doing so. And officers found Holly suffering from multiple gunshot wounds near 18th and Spencer Streets at about 7 p.m. On November 8th, 2023. Officers began life-saving measures, and Holly was taken to Nebraska Medicine, where he later died. And surveillance video showed a group of men assaulting Holly before shots were fired. Then in court, the state presented a video of Coleman took on Snapchat, showing himself waving a gun and pointing it at the camera. Snapchat, that is that social media there platform. Now to my last headline for today is that today there will be a golf tournament that honors Corporal Dagan Page, a fallen Omaha Marine. And this event is hosted by Lutheran Family Services and will be held at Iron Horse Golf Club in Ashland at 10 a.m. this morning. And registration starts in just a little bit at 9 a.m. And the goal of the event is to raise funds for LFS programs that support veterans and first responders, according to their website. And Greg Page, which is Dagan's dad, will speak at this ceremony. You see footage here from yesterday marked 4 years since thousands of people lined the streets of Omaha to remember and honor the 23-year-old sacrifice. And that is what you see here with this video. Everyone lining the streets, welcoming them back, honoring him. Now there's a golf tournament as well to do so today. Okay, we'll head back over to our website where I bring you all of these top stories every morning, weekday. So this is around 6 a.m. I bring you this web story. I get you started with your day, get you to see things really quickly, get you out the door. Great. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. I bring you this live stream at around 8 a.m. hour every weekday as well. So everyone have a great start to your Thursday. Thank you.